Hello everyone, welcome to PDINA Royally Teachable Moments. I hope you're doing well today. I'm so happy to be here with you. Hey, remember, if you haven't gotten your tickets, you live anywhere in the London area, if you're going to be there, come see me. I'm going to be having a special talk, A Black Girl in a Royal World. It's going to be so much fun. And yeah, I hope to see you there. So if you're interested, the information is in the description below. And yes, come check it out. Wanted to talk about things that people have been mentioning to me, and I'm sure more than likely the sugars from Meghan, about this whole affair thing with Prince William. Now, this could be true. I don't know. But I wanted to address it because people are asking me to address it, and I think it's only fair to address it. If Prince William has this issue, possibly, maybe Prince Harry has the same issue. We don't know. It could be. And it's only fair to address it because, hey, what's right is right and what's wrong is absolutely wrong, right? The idea, does he have a mistress or not? But the mindset, the thinking behind royalty and having a mistress, and would he be the first or would he be the second? Like what? It's something that people have been known to do who are within these very high, powerful positions. I mean, men in general are known, those that are in these powerful positions have women throwing themselves at them. And you'd have to be a really strong man to say, no, get out of my face with that nonsense. I got a wife at home. I mean, okay, yeah, you'd have to be pretty strong, wouldn't you? And the way these women throw themselves at these men that are in power is, I don't think we can imagine the depths of some women and what they will go through to get to a man. Like, it could be your best friend. It could be somebody who you never would have thought. I mean, there's a lot of skanky behavior happening out there with women and the ones that want to be in close proximity to power. And that's what they do. They want to be in close proximity. And this is how a lot of men of power get what they get thrown in their faces all the time. We all know this, folks, right? We know this. And sometimes they can get themselves to marry someone with power. If you know what I mean. We can get somebody with power to marry us. Okay? And this makes it maybe a little bit better because then you have a guaranteed revenue stream of money when you're able to possibly give birth like you had a child from this so-called powerful man. Where does this sound familiar? It seems like a story that we hear a lot of, right? Yeah. To me personally, and I'm being completely honest with you, I do not see Prince William as being a man that would have an affair on his wife. I just don't see it. He seems too on the up and up, straight and narrow to even do anything like that, in my opinion. Is this something that Kate should be, or Catherine should be, expected of her husband, that he's just gonna go get some woman to be his side piece? Is this something that she should just accept? Is it? Because I know Prince William or Prince Philip had said that. He said that, just be with your wife Diana and have Camilla as your mistress. Like, that was encouraged by his father. But we see that to King Charles's, liking, he wanted to marry that woman that his father wanted to be the side piece. And he made her out into an honest woman. He married her, right? This is how the old timers would say, make her into an honest woman. Go ahead and marry her. Like that's what I hear when I hear men that get married to a woman that they maybe couldn't marry them, but he was able to. So, William and Catherine have gone out with this other woman, Rose, who has apparently been rumored to have had an affair with William. I think it's not a true story. Personally, I don't think that he would do that. I think there will be things planted salaciously by rivals within these royal circles. And that's what I think has happened. I think someone has planted a story, perhaps ex-royals, you never know, and to bring up something to make allegations to cause divisiveness because there is actually divisiveness in the people's marriage that may be reporting this. So it is to their advantage to try to make rivalry with something that they can stir the pot with so that their own rivalry within their own household can be like a diversion, like squirrel affair over here or something. I don't think there's anything to it. And that's my personal opinion. Okay. So we know that that is not something that I believe William would do. And neither would Catherine let him. Like Catherine is, look, she's doing everything right. Catherine is an upstanding kind of person. She is not going to allow her good deeds go disrespected. Because she could flip the script real quick, Catherine. If she wanted to be outspoken and she wanted to create a hairy scenario, which I know she wouldn't, but just say, I'm leaving my husband, he's having an affair, or I'm not going to this event, or I'm not going to hold your hand or act like I'm in love with you when we're in public. Like, she has so much power that she has the upper hand. Catherine would never allow her husband to disrespect her like that, because she has been so upstanding within the public fold. And not only that, if William ever did anything like that and it came out and Catherine is doing things so well, the public would turn against him like that. They would turn against William. They would say, how could you do this to your wife who has been upstanding in her work as a royal? So I don't believe the allegations are true. I believe that someone, somewhere within the fold of ex-royals or those that have a little chip on their shoulder might have put a story out there to create some kind of divisiveness amongst William and his wife, Catherine. That's what I think. Guy Micah Maraj Gowdy. This is really interesting for the people that say that, we don't like Meghan or we're trolling her. You need to listen to this quote because I think it sums it up really nicely. Meghan Markle has a right to express her feelings. I am not questioning how she feels. I'm questioning the integrity of the person she is and her actions. If we are not willing to question someone's integrity, then we open ourselves up to be controlled, manipulated, and enslaved. And that is exactly right. What Meghan has done are things that are so questionable. Her lying, her trying to manipulate her circumstance that she's one way when she's really another. You're allowing yourself to be manipulated by someone who does not have good intentions. And when you fall for people who don't have good intentions, then you are misguided. You are misled by their lies. And calling out Meghan's behavior really gives us insight to say, hey, look, Meghan is not being forthright. She's not being honest. And we're just giving people other things to think about. Don't make her this high and mighty goody two-shoe when we can see that there's evidence to the contrary about who this woman really is. That's all. It's not to be mean and to diss her and to only say bad things about her. No, it's really to bring her bad behavior to the fore and have people look at what this woman really is about. This is what a democracy is all about, is when you are, I don't even need to tell you that. Okay. So for the trolls, the people that are out there, just look. You take the information with a grain of salt. And if you don't believe it, that's your fault. If you don't believe it. I'm just sitting here trying to tell you this woman is not all what she's cracked up to be, especially when it comes around her and doing her charity work. Because I run a charity. I know what it takes to run a charity. And what this woman is doing is scandalous around her charity work. There's something wrong with that. And I have a vested interest in it because it's my passion. It's what I do. And at the same time, it's a diss to the people like myself and others who really work hard at their charity work and who really support charities in the right fashion. And then you have this woman doing things that are so malign and malicious with her work as a charity philanthropist and also as someone that has founded a charity. There's something not correct about this. And a lot of people will be deceived and misled by her false works. I'm here to bring it out to the fore. And if you don't want to believe it, don't believe it. Now, there have been serious discussions within the royal family about Harry having his title stripped. Robert Johnson has recently written a book about King Charles, and it's called Our King Charles III. And in his book, he's talking about the title of Harry, and is going to have allegations in this book about Harry and Meghan. And I cannot imagine that this is going to be something that is going to be good for them in terms of speaking about his son. The king is talking about his beloved son, Harry. No. This is going to have the version of the king, like his version, because we know King Charles can't come out and speak out about it, but his biographer can. And within this biography are going to be talks about stripping of his title. So according to Jobson, he is a senior official. He feels that Harry has turned his back on everything that he has known, and they reportedly want the Duke of Sussex's title to officially be demoted to Mr. Mountbatten Windsor of Montecito, California. And I think that's so appropriate. If you're going to be in California, if you're going to live a California lifestyle, then you take a California lifestyle type title. Mountbatten Windsor. Just take your last name, dude. Just be like everybody else in California with the last name. You don't need a title living in California. But King Charles is not to be in favor of axing Harry's royal title and has enduring love for his son, the book claims. Now, this is what I think about that. I think that the king doesn't want to come off as wanting his son to be stripped of his title, but his biographer might say that, and then the king may say otherwise for the book, but really feel a different kind of way, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So I don't think the king wants to get caught up in the controversy around dissing his son. But deep down, he may be feeling like, yeah, you don't deserve to have this title. And may let it be okay, that his biographer makes this allegation. Because how else would this senior official even know anything about this being discussed at the highest levels? I mean, the highest levels is the king. The king is the highest level. And so for me, looking at this, reading this story, I believe that the king is actually torn. He may not want his son to have it, but he knows deep down as a king, this is what needs to happen. Harry needs to lose his title. And the fact that it is now being discussed, and with all the other things that have happened, this is simply the next step. He needs to lose the title, and he needs to be just Mr. Mountbatten Windsor. If Harry's going to continue to attack his father and the monarchy, then Charles may say, look, I'm not fighting anymore. If y'all want to strip the title, just strip the title. Just strip it. I forgive you the power to strip that title. With my lips sealed and me not really wanting him to lose his title, but if you want to go ahead and do it, you got my blessing to do it. Go ahead and strip the title. That's how I think something like that would come down. Yes. So at that point, the king would have two options: put up with the spreading stain of his reign or take action to limit it in scope. And this is one of those things where the king has got to really find that fine line between being the king and being a father and showing tough love. Tough love can work in a very good way. While we know this title was gifted to him by the queen, we also know that, I give it to you, I can take it away too. That's how you show tough love. Knowing that it can be taken away keeps you on the straight and narrow. So, citing senior sources, the book also alleges that Harry has been a victim of Stockholm Syndrome, while Meghan has been blamed for the Sussex's fallout with the royal family. And I absolutely do blame Meghan for the fallout. And it's really sad to me because I think she was so welcomed into that family. Charles showed her so much love, her and her mother. And for her to go behind their back saying, and stab these people is atrocious to me. It's so wrong. Why would you do this to people? It's so uncouth. It's so unroyal. It's so ghetto. Why? Don't do this. So it comes after the Duke and Duchess of Sussex stepped back from their royal duties after jetting across the pond to settle down in Montecito, California. And, she wanted this as a lifestyle all along. We know this. We know it. And so we have to understand that there's just no way to get around it. You got to have to address the issue. So the book also claims that the king decided that Meghan should not have and accompanied Harry to Balmoral for a family gathering after the death of the queen. And I believe that as well. And I think it was so good for them to put a stop to her going to see the queen after she passed, because that's just creating more attention. And Meghan wanted to be there only because, well, I should be able to because I'm married to her grandson. And, people are like, so? Get your butt out of here. You're not coming to see anything. You haven't been here long enough to deserve this. You haven't proven yourself long enough to deserve to see the queen right now. So there's just a fine line between things you're going to have and things you're not. You got to show tough love. And we also know that Harry and Meghan are very distraught and upset that they're not getting their apology and that they are going to be snubbed during the coronation. They're not going to get any of their stupid demands. And it should be this way because you empower and you embolden their stupidness when you don't put your foot down. So we have to thank the king for being smart about saying, no, we're drawing the line. I'm drawing the line. No special privileges for you. No birthday recognition to Archie. No being a part of the coronation. No balcony. No nothing. As a matter of fact, your butt going to be regulated to the back of the church. And no one's going to even know you're there. You're just going to be out of sight. And this is the king's day. And he's going to have everything planned out the way he's got it planned out. And it's not going to exclude them. And this is for me, the biggest teachable moment for Harry and Meghan is when this coronation happens and they have not had any of their demands seen or acknowledged, that this is when the biggest growth and opportunity for Harry and Meghan will come, is when they see that their demands were not met. They have done something that was so egregious that the king is no longer going to allow them to dictate anything, regardless of their threats. They're no longer going to be allowed to say what is going to happen, what should happen. Your butt left the royal family. Now keep your butt out the royal family. Don't have nothing to say about what we do in the royal family. Go live your life in Montecito. You're going to be soon the king of Montecito, Mountbatten, Windsor. Go be happy with it. Go live your life and stay out of our life because you are exiled forever from the royal family.